Hello everyone, my name is Nihal Pandey and we are doing a new series called JavaScript for Interviews on this Skills Buffet channel. In this series, we will be discussing only the questions that are related to JavaScript in an interview-centric manner, helping you ace your JavaScript interviews. So let's get started. So the very first topic that we will be discussing is how a JavaScript code executes. Most of the things that we will be discussing here are also covered in Namaste JavaScript course by Akshay Saini, as I am using his material as my reference material. So huge shout out to him. So now let's discuss how a JavaScript code is executed. JavaScript code doesn't run randomly. The moment your file starts executing, JavaScript creates a global execution context. You can think of it as a special container where the entire code runs. The global execution context mainly has two parts, memory component and code component. Memory component, also called variable environment, and code component is also called thread of execution. The memory component stores all variables and functions, and the code component executes the code line by line. Also, a major point is to be noted is that JavaScript is a single threaded synchronous language, which means it executes only one line at a time in a specific order. Every execution context, whether global or inside a function, is created in two phases. Phase 1, which is memory creation phase. In this phase, JavaScript scans your entire code. Variables get allocated memory and are assigned undefined. Functions get stored entirely but are not executed yet. This memory creation phase is the reason why hoisting exists, which we will be discussing in coming videos. Phase 2, code execution phase. Now JavaScript run code line by line. Actual values replace undefined, and whenever a function is called, JavaScript creates its own execution context. Let us understand function execution context with this example. When we call square n, JavaScript creates a new execution context just for this function. Let me show you how. Now in memory creation phase of our square function execution context, two variables will be declared, that is num and answer. Both will be assigned value of undefined. Now in code execution phase, when I pass the value of n equal to 2 to the square n function, we have num equal to 2, answer will be calculated as 4, and the function will return us 4. The moment this function returns, this entire execution context is deleted. Now the question is, how does JavaScript manage these execution contexts? JavaScript uses something called call stack. As soon as the program starts, global execution context is created, and this global execution context is pushed into the call stack. When a function is called, its execution context is also pulled to the call stack, and when it returns something, it is popped. And when we are at the end of the program, the global execution context is also popped and our call stack becomes empty. So this is how call stack controls the order in which your code runs. Now let's summarize what we have learned so far. JavaScript runs code inside an execution context. Every context has two phases, memory creation phase and code execution phase. All execution contexts are managed inside a call stack. Function calls create a new execution context which are removed after execution, and that's how JavaScript actually runs your code. Thanks for watching. In the next video, we will be understanding about let, var and cons variable declaration and different fundamental JavaScript concepts related to it. If you are building strong fundamentals for interviews, stay tuned to Skills Buffet. See you in the next one.